Some politicians more than others just by vote with empty promises, which they know they can't and don't intend to keep. Whoa, and for 5 years we can't do nothing about it. Next time I give my support to government, I will demand a mutual agreement. I'll assign my vote to you on a contract, and if you can't do the work, I'll take my vote back. Industry,
you lie,
and prosperity,
you lie,
accountability,
you lie,
you make a fool of me,
you lie.
This is no joke. Take back all your damn promises and give me back my vote. Give me back my vote.
Give me back my vote.
Give me back my vote.
Give me back my vote.
We trade a promise for a vote. You couldn't keep it. You wrecked my hope, so now I have to rock your boat. Give me back my vote.
Give me back my vote.
Give me back my vote. Give me back my vote. Oh God. Die, 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 die. Bye, bye, bye. I'm so fed up of this system. Politicians and all their lies, always making your own hand chook finger in your eyes. And then when they get into power, they acting just like a dictator, doing worse than the governments before. And when they're in opposition, they know all government corruption, but in their own party they never know what's going on. Whoa, and if you talk, you'll be surprised to see how you're victimized. We have to make politicians be aware. It's we who paying them to run our fear. But when they get exposed, they never admit. They're always looking into it. Oh, you promise employment,
You lie,
and development,
you lie,
honest government.
You lie, you
Now
lie.
show me the betterment.
you lie.
This is no joke. Take back all your damn promises and give me back my vote.
So we're here at the beautiful Mulla Bay Beach, favorite amongst locals and tourists alike. Of course, the beach has not been stranger, unfortunately, to some controversy, where there's an owner that actually believes that the beach right here is actually private property. However, according to our Civil Code, Article 526, it says clearly that all beaches are public domain, with the exception if a Lunsford ordering was actually signed off to transfer this property. Based on the research we've done so far, there's been no such Lunsford ordering, and we have the mate briefs and so on and have done a lot of research into it. And today we're really going to highlight the solutions we found in how this beach actually should be belonging to the people of St. Maarten, and how, if it has been inadvertently transferred to a private owner, that Parliament has the tools in its capability to actually correct this situation. We're also going to talk to one of the permit holders here from Dalio's Snack, who's going to tell us about the challenges he faces when a public beach is being deemed owned by a private individual. And this is something that actually stops us from making tourism work for you. Tell us about how you started with Mulla Bay as a resort and then transitioned into having a business on Mulla Bay.
I finished school when I was 16 years, and from there I started as a waiter, a busboy, and I was there a few years, and I went in the army and I come back. So actually I worked 26 years for Mulla Bay until the hurricane.
Until Hurricane Lewis.
After the storm, Mulla Bay didn't reopen. So actually what happened is they decided they're going to lay off all the employees. So what they do, they laid them off in 3 batches. First it was the non-St. Martiners, and then I think it was those from the French side, and then the Dutch St. Martiners. We used to work because we didn't have an original job because of the hurricane. They put us to do different things, and you know, I used to ride a golf cart and inspect the golf course. We are good friends, so every day we'll meet in the old shipwreck there, and we would sit down and have lunch there, and we'll talk and talk. But what happened, every day the guests will come and be asking us, hey, where can I get some lunch? Where can I get something to eat, to drink? We'll say, well, you just go across by Sherry's or go by Atlantis Casino. And after a while, we knew that our turn was coming soon to be laid off, you know? So we start to think a little bit, hey, what are we going to do, you know? Our turn is coming.
Where is the economic relief package promised to the people in June question. Where are all the actions promised to the Dutch government? Remember, because while we are moving forward steadily, we must never forget what happened in June of 2009. And again, I can see the headlines, and they read something to the following effect. They said, "Dear Dutch government, do not hold the National Alliance responsible for the things that haven't happened yet, because we are going to present in the next couple of weeks a governing program." Where is it today? An economic stimulus program. Where is it today? The integrity program in government was to come out in a few weeks, and the Dutch government is still waiting. All of the promises made on the backs of the people of St. Maarten are yet to be fulfilled. And I want you to give the Honorable Minister of Constitutional Affairs, Mr. Roland Duncan, the following message for me. And I understood that he might not be too far away from here. So you might not have to carry it even, because he might be able to hear it. And I say the following. Thinking back about your question as to why I left the West End Hotel before 3 a.m. in that morning was because I got tired of hearing members of the National Alliance who sat in the cabinet of the ministers on Curacao to lambaste the same central government of who they have been part since the year 2006. The same people that they work with today, because elections are around the corner, they say, "Minister of Justice, you need to pay attention to St. Maarten. We want the helicopter back on St. Maarten. We want the police cadets to help out the police on St. Maarten," not realizing that the young men and women, the young police cadets, were not assisting the police while they were up here. They were vacationing. So you see, we ask, where is the beginning in the new beginning? It's the same thing over and over. And what the National Alliance has not realized 7 months after being in government is that it's all right when you're on the outside, and then you know how it should be on the inside. But when you get on the inside, you don't know what to do with what you got. So today we are telling them, you wanted a chance in 2006. We give you a chance. The Democratic Party members gave them a chance, because if you had not given them that chance of 100 and something votes, they would not have been in the central government. In 2009, they didn't ask for a chance. They didn't ask for it. They took a chance. And for that, they will pay at the polls come January 22nd, 2010.
Hello, I am Silveria Jacobs, your candidate number 2 on the National Alliance slate. And I come to you today to ask you to make use of that right you have to go out and vote. Many have said, I am not going to vote in this election because it doesn't make sense. But if you do not vote, someone else will get the opportunity to decide how St. Maarten will be run for the next 4 years. If you would like to see a government of stability, you have to vote for someone who is the epitome of that, who is always working hard for the people, who is dedicated, who has the personality to hear, listen, and understand the plight of the people, and decide on making very strong decisions to make it better. I think I am that person. I am Silveria Jacobs. I currently serve as your Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports. I have served before in this capacity one time before for 13 months, and I've also served as your Member of Parliament just before becoming Minister. Sports has always been my passion. Sports, from a very little girl, I always wanted to be a boy because boys got all the chances. Nowadays, there are all sports available for girls as well. Thank God for gender equality, and this government also supports that. In my short term as minister back in 2012 and 13, I was able to push forward so that the Raul Illich Sports Complex and the Little League Ballpark could be renovated and repaired to the state where they are today. Upon returning in 2015, I was able to pull up the second phase of the Raoul Illich Sports Complex so that that can also be started, and hopefully we can see that coming to fruition. The Little League Ballpark hosted a big tournament in July, and just before that we were able to sign off so that those last minute things that had not been finished by the last contractor could be finalized, the interior of the building. This is very, very important also for youth, because now the Little League Association will be able to host after-school programs at that location. And we do have a party interested, a third party, a business, already interested in assisting the Little League with that, as they have in other countries. So I'm very happy to have been key in making sure that was able to happen. This is the goal for all sports, that all children on St. Maarten have the opportunity to exercise and be the best that they can be. We have so many athletes on St. Maarten, and I have proven it by the ministry going out there and supporting several organizations during this past 2015 to 16 to be able to travel and represent St. Maarten, as well as to host international tournaments right here on St. Maarten. I could name the Volleyball Association, the Cricket Association, the Football Association, and of course the Little League Association, just to name a few. Several teams, including the youth of the schools, have traveled to represent St. Maarten in sports. So it definitely has the priority of Silveria Jacobs to promote sports on St. Maarten. In fact, I was also key in making sure that the NSI, the National Sports Institute, which is charged with the execution of the policies of the Department of Sports, was established. And now they are also getting off the ground, hiring the necessary personnel so that we can bring sports to where it is. We've also been supporting organizations in strengthening themselves so that they can execute sports at a higher level. In this doing, we will be able to do more for the people of St. Maarten who are interested in sports and have a healthier, happier society. Just recently, I was able to secure that the lights at 2 community sporting courts would be fixed, the St. Peter's Court as well as the one in Middle Region. They are not government's responsibility as such directly, but based on the cry in the community, we had no choice but to allocate the funds to be able to repair those lights as well. We would like to see our youth actively busy, whether it's in sports or arts, culture, or even education at the highest level. But we really have to put our money where our mouth is, and we need you, the people, to come out there and volunteer and assist. So, if you would like to see the emphasis on these areas, vote for your candidate number 2. Vote for Silveria Jacobs, number 2 on the National Alliance slate.
All right, welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good one for you. Let's begin.
I didn't know I was everything I went on the blow. I was a dancers, hello, ravers, flavors, everything I had. Hear this.